What's up, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes are back. We're talking to Neiman Gracie, Bellator welterweight, who's got a big fight coming up on Saturday. He's in the co-main event slot against Mark Lemminger, and the fights can be seen on Showtime starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Your main event that night, Yoel Romero and Phil Davis. Welcome back, Neiman. How you doing? Are you already on location?
Yes, guys, doing great. I'm already here in San Jose, just waiting for Saturday night.
Is it still strict with quarantine, or is it a little looser now?
It's still a little, for people that got vaccinated, they are allowed to not quarantine as much. But for people that didn't get vaccinated, will have to quarantine and do the whole protocols.
Where do you stand? Can you tell us? Are you vaccinated or no?
I'm not.
Okay, so yours was a little stricter. Now, Let me ask you this. Goes and I started a juice diet on Monday, so yesterday.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like Gracies right now. All we've had is juice for the last day and a half. How do you guys do it? That's my first question I know you mix in food, but there's a lot of, juicing and things like that. How long does it take before we finally just feel okay? Because, I can't stop thinking about food.
But is you guys only doing juices, or are you doing the Gracie diet?
Juices.
Okay, it's different, Yeah. But what I will say is that because of the Gracie diet, we are allowed to eat every 4 hours. But every meal, it's like a huge meal. So if you can imagine, we eat a whole watermelon in one meal, So,
Ooh.
Yeah, it's huge meals that keep us full until the next meal in 4 hours later, So the tip is to get huge meals. So if you only drinking juices, make sure you're drinking like a gallon of juice,
Yeah. Do you do the Gracie diet during camp as well? Is it year round, or is it different during camp?
It's different because I have to cut weight, so I do like different kind of diets. But I love cooking. Look what I'm doing right now. I'm cooking my meals right here in the hotel room.
Oh, okay.
Got some tilapia here, some food for the week. I like to cook my own meals, and I like to cook them fresh. So I'm right here cutting my food and doing everything, It
That's
keeps my
awesome.
mind going. Yeah. My mind going.
And do any of the other fighters smell and say, "Hey, what you got over there? You got any extras?"
I think they can feel the smell, and they walk by. What's going on? I said, nothing. Just keep going. There's only food for one here.
What's your specialty? What's your best meal that you can prepare?
It's hard to say, but I go with the easy stuff like pasta and stuff like that. Of course, right now I can't have them, so all I'm eating is vegetables and a little bit of protein. So I have to make that weight,
Do you think the Gracie family has an easier time with their weight cuts than most athletes?
I don't think so. Actually, I think it's harder because of the diet, because we eat a lot of fruit, so that's a lot of carbs. So when you eat a lot of carbs, it's hard, Like I don't have an easy cut. Every time it's very hard. And I wish MMA and especially Bellator can start putting the other weight divisions like 175, 195, and start with the new divisions,
Well, you don't have to tell me. I think it should go 105. That's atom weight. Usually women are fighting in that one. And then straw weight. There are men that fight at 115. And then we know 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. Yeah, you're right. Every 10 pounds. I agree.
Please, like Bellator, they sometimes do matchups at 175, but it's not a strict thing. Some fights are 175, some fights are not. They should make this a new weight division, put up a belt there, and make it happen. Like the fighters need this. Because, man, weight cut, it's so dumb. Because me and the guy I'm fighting, we are both same weight. Let's say 190, 195. some crazy guys at 205, but okay. But we are the same weight. What we're doing right now, we're killing ourselves in this fight week to
Yeah.
make 170. Then we're gonna eat and go back to our normal weight and be the same weight we were before. So there's nothing to take from that, you know. There's no
Yeah.
advantages. We're just getting ourselves weaker and then trying to get back up. But we are the same size anyways, you know. So this is just dumb. Man.
If you ran into Mark Lemminger in the elevator today,
Yeah.
and you just go like this, and he goes like this, and you're going up, or up or down or whatever, and then he just says, 180, and sticks out his hand to agree to a 180. Would you do it right then and there?
Oh, I'll hug him. I'll kiss him. Hey, Mark, let's do this, you know. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well,
Say, hey,
it's funny because a few years ago in the UFC, two fighters weighed in at I think 160 or something like that. And then someone asked Dana White, well, what happened there? It wasn't a late notice fight. And then they said, well, the guys ran into each other at the hotel. They agreed, and we said okay. And I'm like, wow, it's that easy? Like, I would think more fighters would feel each other out. Now, the exception might be that maybe some might take it as, weakness, or I don't know. I don't know. But I'm curious of why more fighters don't maybe talk about that, I guess.
Yeah, some guys, they think it's a weakness or something, but I had fights before that I asked to be 175, and the guy said no. No, I want 170. I said, I keep this fucking guy. Okay, let's do 170 then. Like, it's crazy, Like, I don't know why. Like,
yeah,
are you scared or something? We're the same height, everything's the same. All right, okay, we make 170. You're just gonna get me more mad to beat you up on the fight night,
So Neiman, now with your opponent, how much do you know about him? How much research goes into him? I've seen some of his interviews, and it seems like everybody that fights you says the same thing. I want to keep it standing, blah, blah, blah. Like, how much do you know about your opponent?
So, to tell the truth, I never look too much on my opponents, but I'll say that he's an average MMA fighter, He's not a great striker, he's not a great wrestler, he's not a great grappler, but he can do everything. So I think he's going to try to keep the fight standing like they always do, but once we get in there, I start landing jabs on their face, and I see their face change. Every fight is the same. Like, they think I don't know anything about striking, but how long have I been doing this? Almost 10 years now. So I've been training striking every day for almost over 10 years. So when we get there, I start landing jabs on their face changes. Then some of them try to grab me and try to grapple with me, So I expect him to try to keep standing. Then I expect that I'll start to land a couple punches on him. Then we're going to get on a scramble somehow, and I'm going to finish him on the floor. That's how I see the fight going.
Neiman, you know how some people go to work and there's certain parts of their job that they love and certain parts not so much. For you, when you do the jiu-jitsu, I feel like you love it. You have a passion for it. For striking, have you been able to develop almost a passion for that in the same way? Or is that part of the job where you're like,
No, I love striking, man. And I love it so much that I love watching. Like, I watch old boxing fights. I love watching old boxing fights. Like, I love watching Muay Thai. I get myself watching Muay Thai videos all day. Like, I have the dream to go to Thailand and stay there for like a month just training Muay Thai. I love striking, One thing that I don't like too much is wrestling. Like, I like wrestling, but I don't like because it's so demanding on your body that after a tough wrestling session, only wrestling, my whole body hurts, But striking, I love striking, and of course, I love jiu-jitsu. But one thing that I hate on my profession is the weight cut, So I'm thinking in the future of going up to 185. But again, I'm gonna go up to 185, then I'm gonna go up on weight, and I'm gonna have to cut again too. So I don't know what to do. So the thing that I hate the most, that make me think twice on like how much more do I have to do this? It's the weight cut,
Where do you feel like you're pulling inspiration for this particular fight?
I'm pulling inspiration on my last fight because my last fight, I wasn't 100% going into the fight, and I didn't like my performance. Even though I thought I won the fight, I didn't like the way I fought. So I want to put up a good performance on this fight. I want to have a good fight. So that's what I want to do on this fight: is show up and have a good win. You know.
Hey, that main event's not bad either. After your fight, quick shower, and then you get to see Yoel Romero and Phil Davis.
Definitely, man, and everyone is waiting for Yoel Romero's debut. His debut in 205. Everybody thinks he's gonna be a monster. You know, I think so too. But after my fight, I'm going get something to eat. I don't care what they're gonna do, who's gonna win or not. I'm gonna go for a pizza or something, you know.
Yeah. Well, I can't blame you. This juice diet's killing me. I wouldn't mind having a pizza right now. But all right. Well, it's a great
stick to
event.
it, man. It makes your mind stronger, you know.
I feel like a fighter. I feel like a fighter this week. Honestly, I'm making some sacrifices and. Drinking a lot of water, and the scale was generous. Even after one day, I lost like 2.5 pounds. So, and I did a workout. So it's not just juicing and sitting on the couch. I actually did a workout.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Yesterday at 10 p.m. I went to train, and I didn't barely have much food on me, but I did everything, did 10 rounds, and it's one good thing about the dieting. It keeps your mind sharper and stronger, you know. So keep going, don't stop.
What do you miss more when you're working out on fight week? Is it the proteins or the carbs? What do you think your body needs?
The carbs, definitely.
Carbs?
Definitely the carbs, because that's what we start cutting most. We cut the calories, but we cut a lot of the carbs too. So definitely the carbs.
Because I've been watching TV, and the things that I'm looking at the most are like the steaks or the sizzling fajita chicken. I haven't been thinking about the pasta as much, but I guess, it's only day 1.5.
But it's a crazy thing, because right now it's the carbs, but 2 days before the wings, a day before the wings will be this. This will be the thing I'll be wanting the most, and I will not gonna be able to have it. So right now I'm cherishing this moment, you know.
Oh man, this guy's making me laugh. All right, Neiman. All right, so listen, hopefully we took your mind off food and drink for at least 10 minutes. Thank you for fitting us in on Fight Week. Good luck on Saturday against Mark Lemminger in the co-main event of Bellator 266. Always a pleasure to talk to you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys, and I hope to talk to you guys again soon.
Awesome. Take care. Muito obrigado.